Hi, my name is Naomi, and I will talk about the philosophic thought of Judith Butler. Let's start with her metaphysical thought, with which we can infer that when we were conceived, it is true that we don't decide how we want to be born with respect to sex. That is a power that is beyond human reach, but we do have to have the power to choose who we want to be, and we should not identify it in a specific way before the different preferences that derive from it. And how she says, there is no gender identified behind gender expressions. This identity is performatively constructed by the very expressions that are considered to be its results. Judith Butler noted. By not having the power to decide how to be born and come into the world feeling different and with different perspectives, one is condemned to exclusion by society, which is something truly tragic because we have neither voice or vote on what we want to come with when we arrive at this world, and that doesn't make them worthy of degrading treatment. For Judy, being is something very relative and without a specification. She completely removes the labels, that is, for her there is no gender or sexuality. And on the other hand, we have her perspective on epistemology, and more specifically, social epistemology. And well, for Judith, you can talk about women, equality, and sexuality without turning it directly into an economic, political, and philosophical issue, in which she thinks that everything weighs the same, and I quote her. The study of gender involves academic theory and empirical research, but also involves policies that affect the daily lives of all kinds of people. Judith Butler on date. By this, Judith means that a wide variety of opinions and perspectives are needed to understand the historical and political truth of the genre. Her thinking also breaks with the categories with which we have been growing up and says that it is necessary to de-essentialize many of the concepts that are already given to us by nature, such as the sex is something biological, while gender is something imposed by society. Since this causes us to only think that there are two genders, female and male, that they are two opposites that, being so different, complement each other, and from there, the idea of heterosexuality is born, because by nature, it is said that they must be with the opposite sex. And this in turn forces us to grow with the heteronormative model that society it imposes us from the moment we are born, which forces us that if we are born with the female reproductive system, our behavior must be effeminative. And on the other hand, if we are born with the male reproductive system, its behavior or our behavior must be masculine, which leads to endless problems and controversies in each person, because if they are not governed by these norms, they are not considered as as normal people, and that creates great division in our society because problems such as homophobia are derived. But who said that dividing us into opposite parts was true or was right? She also points out that there is no phrase, word, or work that can fully describe our world since it has so much variety and is so multiple that it can't be enclosed in a few words. So, in summary, we exist with a certain body that does not have a label attached to it, and that, without the importance of what has touched us, doesn't determine who we will be or what we want with respect to our actions, thoughts, and preference. So we can't know a word that completely describes a person regardless of their preference. Thank you.